Hey guys, it's Maria, your host of the Women in Business Show. I am so excited to have you guys here tonight, and I would love for you to welcome my special guest, Filomena Murray. Hi, Filomena.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
How are you? How are you today?
I can't complain.
That's good.
I'm
That's
nervous. I
wonderful.
don't do these interviews often.
That's okay. It's totally okay. So, I mean, we're just here to have a casual coffee chat and we'll, talk about some wonderful things. So, this is going to be a really good episode. So, it'll be about a half an hour show, guys. So, I want you to stick around, watch with us. And if you have any questions, make sure that you drop them in the comments for either myself or Filomena. And that way, then we can make sure that you guys get your comments answered. So, Filomena, thanks so much for coming on here today. And can you tell me, just start off by telling me a little bit about yourself?
So I've been an esthetician that's who I think I am. So I've been doing it for 21 years, and that's what everyone pretty much knows me as. I'm 39, and I'm married with a beautiful daughter. And I would that sums me up right there.
That's it. That sums you up right there. Perfect. So tell us a little bit about your business. What is it that you do for work?
So I'm an esthetician, so I do nails, facials, but I own Meraki Beauty Inc. on Leela and Pipeline. It's on the corner of Leela and Pipeline, and I've owned it since 2006. So I'll be in business for 15 years this year.
Wowzers. Awesome. So tell me a little bit about Meraki. What is it? Meraki Beauty. What is it?
Meraki Beauty. So we are a full service spa. So we do full aesthetics. We have hairdressers. We have massage therapy. We have a nurse practitioner that does Botox and fillers. We do makeup. And I haven't been working for a couple months. I hope I didn't forget anybody because we've been closed due to COVID. But I think that sums up all the services that we offer.
Awesome. That is so awesome. And you said you've been doing that since 2006. Is that correct?
Yes. So I originally opened it with a partner when I was 24 in 2006. And then I think in 2016, I bought her out, and then I wanted to make that change, and I changed it over to Meraki Beauty.
Excellent. And so what prompted you to make the change? What prompted you to make that change? What was it that you were going to up level in your business to change it to that?
I knew probably a few years prior to that it should have been done.
Okay.
Sometimes partnerships are great, but then it comes to a point where especially when women in business, your lives change and what is needed out of you changes. So we were both young at that time. We were able to give 12-hour days every day, and your life changes as a woman. And you become a mom, or you want to go into a different education or schooling, and nothing's wrong with that. But this is my passion. So then that's why I took it upon myself to continue on with it. And then I just needed to rebrand and kind of step back and make it mine.
Okay, got it. And that is exactly it. That's wonderful. So right now, you guys, are you still closed due to COVID, or are you open for haircuts?
So hair was able to return as of last week. Massage therapy has been back since December, and my nurse practitioner was back in January.
Awesome. That is wonderful. I just got my hair done again today, which I'm so happy for. I have no roots.
That's lovely.
It is wonderful. Thank you.
Nice.
It's like so good. And I was like, and it's not moving for an interview tonight. So I'm like, do it the way I should have it. So it was wonderful.
Yeah,
so good.
Our clients are missing, and like I just hope to God that we like the nails and the skin can go back soon. It's been almost 3 months, so
absolutely. And that is hard. It is so hard to have those kind of things, and so many times we don't understand why hair can come back in but a sugarist can't. So it's a little bit different for those kind of things, right? Some things are differently important to different people. That's what it is. You betcha.
Yeah,
exactly. So when you said, so you are running this business, tell me a little bit about, I don't think that there's a lot of controversy about male or female ownership or that kind of thing in the salon world. But is there something that is quite different about owning the salon as a woman? Is there something that you can kind of point out in that field?
Well, definitely, when I first opened, that was like, nowadays there's a lot more for women and women empowerment and people backing women. So again, I was 24, and when I opened Adam and Eve, there wasn't that structure and that support. I got laughed at quite a bit. My partner and I were both young, so they laughed that we were female. I got denied by many banks, and the only reason we got our initial loan was because my ex at the time had a business and his banker took us on, but it was probably more so because he had the backup from that. So, you know, there's people that come into your lives for a certain reason, and that was definitely the stepping stone I needed for there, because I don't know if we would have been accepted for a loan. Like, and then we had to each personally put a lot of money down, even to show that we were serious. Yeah, so that was probably my biggest struggle as a woman. If I were to go forward and open a spa now, I don't think I would have that much issue.
Right. You think that would be definitely different in that area. I 100% agree.
Yeah, like I'm so proud of all. I see so many young women, even the girls that are they're renters under me, they're self-employed, and that's I totally stand up for them and I support them and I tell them things that I had to learn hard way. But yeah, social media wasn't like it is nowadays in 2006. So like, we didn't have Instagram for free. So I had to pay for newspaper articles, and I had to pay for lots of things that didn't really work. So I had to kind of learn fast, but definitely that was the biggest struggle in the beauty industry. You see a lot of females. So I wouldn't say it's hard being a female in this industry, but opening up a business, and like I said, I got laughed at then, and we had to start from scratch. And I remember the one person we were looking at a retail space, and he was like, well, there's a place in St. Patel. I'll always remember this. And he's like, it's fully done. All you have to do is move in. I'm like, yes, but my clientele's in this area. I don't want to move to St. Patel. I need to start in this area so my clients follow me. And they didn't want to give me nothing. So
wowzers. And that's so interesting. Like you said, now, if you were to open up a salon, I think that you'd have a lot different challenges than you would back then. But that's something definitely that when you start looking back at that, that was absolutely an obstacle that you had to overcome. So what, when you faced all those obstacles, you're like, okay, well, you know, you're having trouble finding a location and all that kind of stuff. What is one thing you could say that helped you to overcome that obstacle? Like, what pushed you past being like, okay, I'm going to push past this no matter what to get my business open? What pushed you past that?
Well, I knew, like, I'd been in the industry for a few years. I had a strong clientele behind me telling me we weren't happy where we were. So a few of the girls that I worked with, we all left and went to where we opened. So I knew I had a lot of people behind me telling me that I can do it, to do it. And I was determined to prove them wrong. I've always been a hard worker. I've been a good saver. So I was 24 and I had half of the down payment that they needed already saved. I didn't have the rest, but I worked towards getting it.
Yes.
So it's a life-changing experience. But then, you know, I think it was 10 years later, I went through the whole thing again with my partner, and then I had to get a loan again to buy her out. So, you know, you're never out of the challenge is that owning a business does. And then all of a sudden COVID came, and that just threw anything else that I knew out the window. So
right, isn't that exactly it? The second that COVID hits, that changes everything. So everything you thought you know, you don't. That's just it.
Yeah, I remember in March, like, I had family in Italy, so I knew it was happening in Europe, and my mom and I were watching, and I just didn't want to believe that it was coming to Canada. And then we had just won Top Choice Awards for Best Spa. So the girls and I had just bought our tickets to go to Toronto, and then it just went because everything closed. So it's just like, you're so hopeful it was going to be a great year, and then it just changes everything.
Oh, it does. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that does
it. Bawling with my nurse practitioner. She's like, we're going to have to close. And I started bawling. I'm like, what do I do? Because that's why the second closure, I was a little bit more at ease because government was already explaining what they were going to do to help us. When we
Right.
closed in March, we didn't know anything. So then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to need this credit line that I pay for every year finally. And I'm going to have
Yes.
to save my savings because I'm not going to personally make any money over this time because I
Nope.
need to make money for the business. So
Right, exactly. And that is really difficult when you start looking at the things that are happening right now. I empathize with every single business owner because it is absolutely anyone who's felt any sort of shutdown, it is a very difficult thing to go through. And I do believe the second wave was easier to cope with, or the second wave is easier to cope with a little bit because you know a little bit more about what's happening, whereas the first time it was completely unknown. You didn't know what was going to happen with your business and everything else too. So now you have a little bit more of a hindsight helping you to understand what's going to
absolutely.
happen. Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. Which is so up and down.
Yeah.
But so which of the beauty services that you offer are you the most passionate about? Which is your favorite? Or do you have a favorite? Or can you say?
Yeah.
Okay, so Filomena, out of all of the beauty services that you offer at your salon, do you have a favorite, or is there something that you like? Can you tell me what your favorite is?
For me personally, like I'm known for gel nails. I've always loved doing gels, even when I was in school.
Okay.
So my favorite service, other than I love facials, but I'm
Okay.
more busier with gels, and with COVID, we've been able to at least do some press-ons. So I love doing fun stuff. So I've actually done a few sets of like Nightmare Before Christmas. I do a lot of like I can do Disney ones. So I kind of focus more on the more detailed nail art.
Yes.
And then I like to paint, so that gives me the chance to design. So I definitely would say gels is my favorite service, but then I love finishing a shift doing a facial because there's nothing like being in a room with your client. You both relax, and obviously I love educating on skincare. So
Yes. For sure. And I mean, it's such a soothing atmosphere, right? Absolutely. A facial is a soothing atmosphere. So definitely I can see that would be a huge thing to be wonderful to be ending your shift with, for sure. Oh, that is very good.
It's
So
my favorite
that's
service
excellent. That is I can see that. That is very cool. So when we're talking a little bit about like, how you chose aesthetics, how you chose the beauty industry, that kind of thing. So what would you tell, and just before our commercial break here, what would you tell someone who is right now aspiring to do any of the aesthetic services? What would you tell them to start off with that you wish you would have known before?
what I wish I would have known for the aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much, you know what, it's evolving so much that there's so many new services that are coming out. Someone that's starting out that I don't know. There's just so much like the desire for it. Like when I was in high school, I always liked painting my friends' nails and everything. So I think as long as you have that desire, a lot of people want to go into a career and think they're going to make millions of dollars,
Mm-hmm.
right away and ever. I'm probably never going to be a millionaire, and I'm fine with that because I go to work every day and I love what I do.
Yes.
So moving forward, like it is an industry where you have to, be patient. You got to build a clientele, and that comes with trust. So it's not just doing someone's service. You build a relationship with them. So I can say I actually love going to work and seeing clients, and I think that's what's so hard with us right now is we're so used to seeing someone every 3-4 weeks. I see them sometimes more than my family.
Right.
But someone that's just starting, I would definitely to focus on what they corely love. So like if you really enjoy hair, focus on that. Don't try to do too much. A lot of people try to go to school and like do absolutely everything. You could do everything, but you just might not be the greatest at it all. So like focus on like
Right.
1 or 2 core things and go for it.
Got it. That makes sense. I love how you said focus on your desire, like the thing that you love to do. Focus on your desire. I love, love, love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a
Because
quick
when
commercial break.
COVID hits, oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No, go ahead. You finish your sentence. You betcha.
I was just gonna say, like, when something like COVID happens, you're already like easily depressed or sad, and you need to, like, buckle down and enjoy what you're doing, and that's what'll get you through it.
Absolutely. 100% I agree, because if you are loving what you do, it will get you through those tough times, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Excellent. So then we'll take a quick commercial break and we will be right back with Filomena Murray.
No problem.
Alrighty, let's see if our glitches are done here or not. This looks like fun here. So anyway, it just looks like we're frozen in one spot. There we go. I'm live. And I see Filomena live, so we should be okay. Perfect. Good stuff. So Filomena, talking about being a woman in business, I know that there are certain obstacles that women do face. Can you tell us a little bit about how you find balance in your business between being a mom and having your business? How can you find balance in between all of that?
I think that's my biggest struggle. On a good day, I would say before COVID, I did not know how to juggle that. So as much as COVID has changed for negative for a lot of people, that is a positive that came into my life because I never got a mat leave with my daughter. So I was back to work after not even a month taking clients. So I've actually been able to stay home with her. This is the most I've ever spent with her. So it kind of made me step back and learn how to juggle. My husband would say always, I'd come home and be on my phone all the time because then I'm answering all the messages on Instagram and Facebook and all that. But when I'm at work, I'm not on my phone. So we would always have these discussions because he's like, you're always on your phone, but I don't have time to look at my phone and the messages while I'm actually physically working with a client. And then I come home. So it actually made me step back and prioritize where and when to do things. And I still struggle, but like I still message people if I'm up and they message at 11 o'clock at night, I'll message them, I'll reply to them. And my husband's like, why are they messaging you at 11 at night? And there's no time restrictions in a business. So if someone has a question about, something they purchased like press-ons or anything, and I'm up, I will answer. But I think I had to like really refocus. My mom is a huge help. So she takes care of my daughter when I have to go to work. And so definitely support team who you have, but definitely I still struggle. I probably do too much for the spa. I'm probably working more now than I am when I'm with clients. So gotta figure out how to do that and go back to work and physically be with clients and then keep up with all the Instagram and Facebook. But I won't give that up for the world because it's free. Like I know how much I paid for stuff when I first opened, so I will take Instagram. Like it's a huge asset for businesses nowadays.
Absolutely, it is 100%. Like when you're talking 2006, that is you're absolutely right. It is either Google ads, newspaper ads, anything like that. Versus now when you can get in front of people through Instagram. So it's absolutely something that you do want to nurture and be able to use to be able to get more clients and to help your clients that you already have to figure out different things that they might need, Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I think that balance is always something that people struggle with. And I don't know, I just think as anyone who's a mom and an entrepreneur and working, like anything like that, I think that's always a little bit more difficult to try and figure out those hats. So that's it.
It is. Then my daughter's like, I'm hiding in my mom's bedroom right now with the door locked because she'd be right here if not. So
right, exactly. My kids are in bed now, so you betcha. And so I have a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old, and so we totally know this whole routine. It is I'm in my garage studio, so that's where I am.
It is. Doors locked for a reason. So, but it definitely not that men don't have it hard. My husband works hard, but
Yes.
you know, women don't stop. Your brain's always going. So
That's right. That's exactly right. So, yeah, and absolutely, that's not a knock on men at all whatsoever. I'm just saying for women, as
yeah,
women, we have so many. Last week, I did a Women in Business episode on like how many hats can you possibly wear, right? So it's like, how many hats do we wear? We wear a ton of them. So it's like, how many can you put on your head at once? That's literally like the, metaphor sometimes, right? For sure. So tell me,
exactly. Yes.
we've talked about a little bit about like the products and stuff like that. Do you guys sell different products out of the salon as well that people can pick up and buy and use? And you were talking about the press-ons. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, and then we were just talking about businesses before. Like, I feel bad for anyone that had to shut down, but I'm thankful that we were able to buy or sell gift cards. We carry Dermalogic as our skincare line. I made mani-pedi kits with professional products and put them in little containers because I had to do whatever I could to sell, because I still have my whole overhead with nothing coming in. And then just recently in December, so I don't know if you could see, so we actually designed press-ons. So you can order any type of design you want, length, shape. And clients are loving it because it's giving them some normalcy and it's giving me and my girls something to do. So yeah, I'm very thankful that we are able to make some revenue somehow. Like a set of press-ons, they can go from say 25 to 60, but like I said, I do some detailed Disney stuff. It gives me, my husband said, he's like, what did he say? He said, you changed once I started doing the press-ons. He's like, you seem happy. And it's because I like to draw and that's what I like to do at work. So it brought back some normalcy for myself, but I'm not getting paid for that. So $60 set of press-ons goes straight to work to pay my hydro or something like that. So that's how my mind's working, is like, what can I do to continue to bring in money to pay for something? Because the government is helping us. I don't want to sound negative because they are helping us as best as they can. But it's not enough. So absolutely. Like if I were to be pulling a wage and I can't take care of my home and the spa with what's coming in, there's no possible way.
That's right. I know, and I understand that, and I get that too. It's like they are helping you, but it's not enough, not for a business, and that is really difficult. And I really am advocating for people for when they can open. This is the thing. It's like they need to be open, and that's a big thing for me. But I have to stay impartial as a host of the show, so I'm just going to let that go.
And I don't want to. I've had a lot of people on messages come to me and say how positive I've been through this whole experience, and being negative is not going to get me anywhere. And I understand why he had to close. Like, I want my mom to be safe. Like, my sister works in the nursing home, and I have clients. Like, it's just crazy. We have to be safe, but in a way, we've been closed for 3 months too. So, and I see my girls at home, and they're itching to get back, and they can't live off of EI. The ones that are getting EI, some aren't getting anything. So right now they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, as they say, because as much as you want to save for a rainy day, we've been closed last year probably over half a year in the whole year. So no one prepares you for that.
No, and no amount of savings almost can prepare you for that. Like, you still have to be able to run your business. Like you said, you still have overhead in all of this time. So it's a little bit, what I love is that you've turned it into a creative outlet for you. I love that, because that's exactly what
I never thought I would be delivering. I delivered for free. I've probably from November to January, I delivered every weekend with my husband for gift cards or anything, because that I just needed to do what I needed to do. And we didn't get paid for that. So you just gotta do it.
Exactly. And that's the thing, is like being able to come up with something like, what can I do on the side? So like the press-ons, there are so many people who were like, man, I still want to have beautiful nails for Christmas time for my own family, for my own self, not having a gathering. They were like, they still want to have beautiful nails. So that's something where it's like, see a need, fill a need. And I love that.
Yeah. And some people might think that's superficial, but it's not. It's what makes you happy inside. So some people, it's the gym and they're struggling on having a gym, or going on a date night to a restaurant. It's just those simple things. And like, that's, I hope when we step back, that's what makes us really appreciate the simpler things in life.
Yes.
Support small businesses, because we are like the core of this city. Like, we need your help. So
absolutely. That is absolutely 100% correct. And like you said too before, hopefully we go from this and go, man, I don't take a date night for granted, or things like that. Like you said, some people may think that nails are superficial. Yeah, they may think that. But here's the thing is, what one person, it can make them happy. You know, it can make you happy in a time where you are stuck at home and you were looking at that. Beauty products make us happy. Like, I know if I could have just gone and gotten my hair done, you know, some days it's like you're just miserable and you're just feeling like is this ever going to end? Just being able to go, we've gotten my hair done. That would have been a huge booster for me, you know? And when they made makeup non-essential, I was like, I need my makeup. I know I don't see anybody except for when, you know, they got my mask on and I'm seeing people in Superstore and stuff, but that's part of what makes me feel good about me. So that is what you're offering, is things that help people still feel good about themselves throughout this whole pandemic.
Also, I was just saying that the it's not just painting nails. Like, I have a lot of clients that are really struggling right now with, like, say, ingrowns, or they're struggling with their acne, and we need to get them in the room to help them. And we're trying our best. So I'm trying to give them whatever I can product wise to help them. But there's a reason why we do our job, and they're getting to the point where their feet are really hurting, or their acne is getting so flared up that they need to get in the room. So it's mentally, and like, that's not good for somebody that's self-conscious about things like that. So hopefully we get the green light next week, I'm hoping, and then we can start going back to what we do.
Exactly. That's for sure. Because like you said, it's not just those things. It's not just painting nails. Right?
Yeah. Like,
so,
it's a need. And sometimes people just even enjoy our visits. So,
right. It's so true. Absolutely. I spent 4.5 hours in a chair today with my hairdresser.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. I mean, the entire time. So it definitely was one of the things that we really enjoyed.
Yeah.
You bet.
It's mentally, it's there. I call them nail dates. Like, I love seeing my clients. Like, I love my clients as much as my family. Like,
absolutely. That's right. For sure. You betcha. I'm just going to type your website address down here, and we're going to put that up here as well. So you guys can take a look at, where can people find you? I've got the website address. It's going to come across the bottom underneath the scrolling, but tell us where else we can find you as well on top of that.
So we are on Instagram and Facebook as well. So it's Meraki Beauty Inc. And I would probably say that's the most active places that we are. So if you have any questions, I take all those messages. So unfortunately, we're not physically in the spa all the time because we're not back. So definitely, if anyone is watching this and you have any questions, I'm the one who personally replies to all the messages, and I'd love to answer any questions you have.
Awesome. That's great. So Facebook, Instagram, and MerakiBeautyInc.com.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Filomena, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us tonight here on the Women in Business Show?
I just want everyone to, stay positive, and, obviously if you are new to Meraki, definitely check out one, like my girls. Like, I have a 3-year-old daughter, but the spa is pretty much my baby, and I have like 15 amazing staff that I wouldn't be here without them. So we just got some good news. We won Top Choice Awards for 2021 just a couple weeks ago. So we've won 2 years as well. Yeah, so we're just excited to go back, and I want everyone to know, everyone always thinks they have like the best staff, but I honestly do believe I have the best staff. So if anyone's new to us, check out, we have 4 hairdressers, 2 massage therapists, I have 7 estheticians, nurse practitioner, and all my girls are fantastic. So it's not even about me, it's about them. So definitely check out. They each have individual pages, and they're great at their work.
Wonderful. Absolutely. We'll make sure to do that, and we'll be putting in the comments, we'll make sure to tag your website and that as well. So Great. Well, thank you, Filomena, for joining me here tonight. I really appreciate it. Thanks for bearing with my technical difficulties here on this side.
It was nice
It
to
is
like
wonderful.
get dolled up a bit because I'm just
Yes.
in sweats and stuff. So
Right? Exactly. It really is. So that is wonderful. Great. Well, it's been lovely chatting with you, and I really hope to see you guys opening soon. All the way up.
I hope so.
You betcha. Wonderful. Well, we'll
Okay.
talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.